It's a strange one because I first started feeling stuff back in my teens. But it wasn't until I was a bit older in my kind of early 20s did I know. And it came about, I'd been struggling in work and a boss of mine said to me, "Do you think you could be depressed?" And when she said it to me, it literally slapped me round the face. And the only answer that I was able to give her was, absolutely. And all of a sudden, I realised that all those things that I'd been feeling now had a name. And when I didn't want to do things, when I didn't want to go out, when I didn't want to go rugby training or play or do all the things that my mates were doing, it now had a face and it had an identity. For ages, I just thought I was being weird, or I didn't know what was going on,
or lazy, or just didn't know what was going on.
Exactly. And you know, why don't you want to go out? Why don't you want to go and go boozing with your buddies at 18 and stuff like that? Like, why is it that you want to just stay in your house? All of a sudden, it made sense. And so for me, realising what was going on was actually a massive relief. And I know that sounds weird, but all of a sudden it was like, oh, I'm not crazy. I'm not totally different. I'm just struggling. What about you?
Well, because I'm really stubborn, I didn't really think it was any mental health, because it affected me physically. Because in my head, I was okay.
Yeah.
Plodding on, being stubborn, I weren't asking for help. And I was having physical problems with my stomach. So I went over the doctors, and that's when, internal bleeding, etc., and not sleeping, and for the physical, issues. Yeah. But I remember the doctor telling me, all this is, avoiding the problem. All this is avoiding the reason for the problem, which is stress and anxiety, and you're only going to fix that
once you fix that. Yeah. But it's like that, isn't it? It's easier to tell your mates that you've got a jippy belly, because they get that. Yeah. And you could have that because of a dodgy curry or because you drunk too much on the weekend. But it's harder to tell your mates, oh boys, my head's struggling.
Harder to tell yourself as well, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. Because it's like, I'm a wuss.
It's that manly thing, isn't it?
Yeah. Bravado.
It's that man up thing that we'd always on about.
It's exactly that.
Let's talk men's mental health. No pressure, no judgment, no stigma.